the more it was obvious that events were happening up and down that corridor. And the Mount Wilson Ranch was part of that corridor. And so I thought, well, it could be an interesting laboratory. And so that's why I bought it. I wanted stuff that was literally in your face, or chasing you in your car, or you're sitting outside the restaurant and you're seeing this literally football stadium craft drifting across your town, and so those are really interesting accounts.
There is a ranch in Nevada, less than 80 miles from Area 51, that was secretly researched by Bob Bigelow's original Skinwalker Ranch team of psychic spies. For decades, while simultaneously researching Skinwalker Ranch, the NIDS team was searching for the lost entrance into a giant cave system of ancient alien artifacts. An abandoned alien mining operation leading to a 500-foot underground pyramid hiding a UFO nicknamed the Mount Wilson Manta Ray. For thousands of years, indigenous people have known and protected its secrets. For decades, top-secret government teams, even before Ronald Reagan's Star Wars program, were scouring the ranch attempting to recover the metamaterials, biological material, and ancient unknown artifacts, and were stopped by an explosion of paranormal activity. Animal mutilations, alien abductions, poltergeist activity, moving orbs of light and shadow figures, strange glitches in time, and the ghost of a Native American shaman appearing along with 3 extraterrestrial beings who protect the land. Now, new leaked whistleblower evidence has confirmed the truth behind these local legends. New ancient artifacts are being discovered, and mysterious energy is transmitting from the meadow, and an undiscovered tunnel entrance has been found. Independent researchers, scientists, archaeologists, and Native American historians have joined me, Carl Crusher, to uncover the truth. We are on a mission to find the lost entrance into the underground and uncover the real mystery of Mount Wilson Ranch.
One night, we're looking up in the sky, and this unidentified flying object, this UFO, is doing figure eights, right? And it keeps doing them and doing them. And so they stand there and they're watching this, and then it deviates dramatically and it shoots off at low altitude right into the mountain itself. A craft go right into that mountain and disappear.
Welcome back to Carl Crusher. I'm back at Mount Wilson Ranch. We're going to officially call this Season 3. I've organized every trip and every video. I think we're over 60 now into different seasons and different playlists on YouTube. So you can go start at the very beginning at Season 1, go all the way through that entire playlist, just hit play, and it'll go all the way through even on your television. And then you can watch the Beyond Skinwalker Ranch episodes behind the scenes that I've got all lined up for you there in a playlist. And then on to Season 2, which just finished. And now we're back up here at Mount Wilson Ranch. And Jeff and I have recently made some crazy discoveries. So in this book by Jacques Vallée that we've got here, this Forbidden Science Volume 4, we've got these pictures of the whole team up here at Mount Wilson Ranch. So here it is. I'm going to flip my phone around. We're going to go in the other room and piece a lot of this together for you right now, because this is really crazy. So in this book that we've got right here, this is a photograph of that looks like Hal Puthoff, Jacques Vallée, and Dr. Tim Rhine from Sarah. This is August 1996, and here they are at Bigelow's Mount Wilson Ranch. That's where we are right here at Mount Wilson. So check this out. We found a publication and some patents by Dr. Tim Rhine, this guy right here sitting there with the binoculars on in front of the hotel. And we found some books online that he wrote that are totally just published a year or two right before this, when he was getting a whole bunch of crazy government funding. And then they all wound up here with Bigelow's team at Mount Wilson. And look at the books that he wrote. Everybody, introduce yourself. This is Patrick. He's up here on a private VIP experience with Jeff and I. So we're giving him the inside scoop and an awesome experience. And Jeff, we've bought these books now that we're going to try to republish here soon. And these are crazy cool. So I just explained on camera how in this book by Jacques Vallée, Forbidden Science, we've got Dr. Tim Ryan or Tim Wren from Sarah right here at Mount Wilson Ranch in front of the hotel. And we started looking into the patents that were awarded and the funding that were awarded to Dr. Tim Wren. And they were all given in 1994, 1995, and some of them even clear back to 1991, especially when you get into Colonel Alexander, John Alexander. But they all immediately came up here in 96 to Mount Wilson Ranch, right before they go to Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. And look at these books that we found that were published and had writings in them. So let's see, here's this one. How did you find these, Jeff?
Just a little bit of digging.
Just digging online. So this is published 1994, Electric Spacecraft Journal. These are actual like physics equations for flying saucers. Experimental investigation of an electromagnetic gravitational interaction. So then Jeff, out of all this, he opens the box after buying all of these books. There's a bunch of them in here. And this is the first one he pulls out and hands to me. We flip it open, and I'm like, ding, right there. Look at that. Timothy Ryan, Experimental Investigation of an Electromagnetic Gravitational Interaction. So he wrote in this is on page 15, right? Have you even looked in here yet?
No.
No?
Nope. Brand new.
Oh my gosh, look at all this. So
What year was this one? 92?
this said 94.
Oh, 96.
So this was 94 that this was written. And then 2 years later, this is the same year that he gets funding from basically DARPA and the Navy and the Army and everything.
70,000 here, 90,000
90,000 and 1.2 million here and there. Whoa. Oh, no. Jeff.
What is it?
Is
it right?
This is a buried directed energy weapon thing. Wait, what? This is like a system that you use to do anti-gravity. Whoa.
Yeah, this stuff's going to be pretty neat.
Okay,
Imagine
so
this is hocus pocus back in the day, but now it turns out that this stuff was all really patented, going down, real.
they were really getting tons of funding from the government on all this stuff, you guys. So here they are. This is 1994, electric propulsion and anti-gravity, U.S. Air Force Task Manager. These are all like insider papers that got these guys funding. So they get funding for writing this stuff from the government and the military, and then guess where they go? Mount Wilson Ranch. 2 years later, Nevada. They're all up here.
Okay, so who holds a BS, an MS, and a PhD in physics is the CEO and co-founder of a small high-technology firm in California. This is back then in, 94?
Talking about
He
Dr.
has
Tim Ryan.
22 years of professional experience. Most of his technical activities have involved theoretical, experimental, and applied electromagnetics ranging from high-energy electrodynamics to the study of nuclear electromagnetic pulse phenomena and systems engineering.
EMPs, phased arrays, directed energy
This is
weapon
all about
systems.
him. Electric propulsion studies.
So
by-
what do you think about like when people go back and watch the intro to this video where it talks about all the stuff buried here, and then they see Travis Taylor at Skinwalker Ranch, see what's buried down in the meadow, right on camera that we didn't film. History Channel came here and they discovered with their drones, with their independent ground penetrating radar. Travis Taylor, a scientist
That looks like a phased array.
with multiple PhDs, calls it a phased array system. Like a radar.
Man-made.
Yeah, and then open this. Look at this. Look at the pictures of what is this the turn the. Imagine this was a small version.
There's just too much to it. I mean,
There's so much, yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Look at the pictures.
this is a
I mean, imagine if there's something like this implemented underground, but large, like a grid, like almost like the HARP array up in Alaska or something, but a smaller version.
over top of something.
Or maybe tied into the tower, what everybody thinks is a Vortac tower, is maybe something else and goes clear up through the mountain. Dude, you got a weird mystery on your hands here, Jeff.
Yeah, you aren't kidding.
What the hell? Tonight I am sleeping in what we call the big sky room, which is down by the lower meadow. Let's open it up and I'll show you around inside. This is one of my favorite rooms in here because you got a couch, a chair, you got a nice size queen bed over here, a whole kitchen with your own refrigerator, an oven, a microwave. You've got a little air fryer, or a little toaster oven actually is what that is. And it's a nice room, it's comfortable. Morning, everybody. It's the next day. We all went to bed last night and immediately we come up here and get coffee, and Jeff and I are geeking out over these crazy books because when we start flipping through it, these aren't theoretical journals. You open them up, some of them are theoretical and hypothetical, but they have real pictures of actual builds, engineered things, devices, anti-gravitical propulsion builds. There's perpetual motion machines with photographs of the machines inside. This is crazy. You got to see this.
They spent their grant money.
Yeah, it wasn't
Funding.
like it wasn't all on paper. Like they were just thinking about it on chalkboards.
Here's a quick one for you.
Building this stuff. Here,
Electron wave function in charged barrier technology.
Tim has patents for that. It's like
Right.
putting up a force field. They can use a phased
Walls in
array
the
and go
sky.
wah, and they can put up literally like an EMP phased array directed energy force field. And the stuff that this technology can do will blow your mind.
Just connecting everything together, charging it up.
Yeah, see, so these are all the schematics. Charged barrier technology, testing and evaluation. When you flip through and there's real pictures of devices and boxes and practical implements and things. Let's see if we can find photos. Yeah. This is the page I just filmed by Tim Ryan.
yeah.
So let's see. So we'll open it up and we'll find where the device actually is. You'll see what we mean. See, look. It's not like they didn't build it. Look, there's an experimental system. The black box placed in a wind hood, encloses a laser, which is exactly what how Put Off was all about, doing laser physics. So these guys are all, this is crazy. And then see, even in this one here, we'll even come, this is the electric spacecraft, these torsion energy fields. You start flipping through it all, and what you find is that there's photographs of real devices when they went to places and ran the experiments, like where it really happened. They really did scientific tests off of this. It wasn't like just hypothetical devices. So they have the schematics in there and everything, but then usually you're seeing, see? Water arc guns. They were really building this stuff back in the early 90s and earlier. Look. Real world equipment testing.
That thing flying through.
1,000 ships in one. Electric propulsion and anti-gravity. Crazy. Morning coffee and story time with Jeff. Okay, so this is something, it's so funny. Now that we are aware of the patents, we're aware of all of these books about electrogravitics, anti-gravity, flying saucer technology and stuff.
Then we go back and we read the book again, and then we look at it again.
And we learn, why is Tim here and who are all these people? So 1994, 1991 is when they start getting all the funding, and they write those books in 94, and then they come to Mount Wilson, and what does it say?
Well, Las Vegas, they leave Friday the 16th, August 1996. They spent the day exploring Mount Wilson Ranch. Dr. Tim Ryan of Sara brought along a positioning device. Shelley Wadsworth, blonde grandma, who was one of Bob's local contacts, and 3 men from his construction company to measure and inspect the property.
To measure and inspect. So that fits with the pictures that we've been sent, right? And then it says they saw the western buildings, the porch-like sidewalk, the cowboy and their horses. Let's see, the sculpted.
The ghost of a tall Native American is rumored to show up in one of the rooms.
And it says, on the way, we learned that blue lights and an X-shaped white glow were seen in 1993. Wasn't convinced of Shelley's stories of crafts following the cars at night, of the UFO that shot intense beams, hovering black Delta craft, and tinfoil-like squares that folded in on themselves in the sky and vanished. That's like the balloon pop thing your neighbor saw up here.
These are the reflections that we see a lot of. The actual lights in the sky, that's that.
All this reported in the neighborhood, a Nevada term that can be embraced hundreds of miles of brush. Of aliens who were building a craft. Was sworn to Shelley that accident happened at Area 51 in 72 in which aliens who were building a craft for the United States were killed, as well as our scientists. He claimed he had to transfer the bodies to the morgue. Why? None of this has really never seemed relevant until now that we've got evidence that there's tunnel systems and patents and everything and something buried underground here. So now
and a fixed array under the meadow. I mean, just get down. It's crazy. Shall we keep reading?
While we pondered the stories, a storm came rumbling over the ridge of the mountain. So this has happened. This happened when the History Channel. Every time when we try to go up to the tower, storms roll in and push us off. Okay, that could be coincidence, but back at SRI when you were doing your
What is SRI? No, see, we have to
Stanford Research Institute. So that's where they were doing the remote viewing testing. So he's talking to Hal Putoff there.
And Geller.
Yuri Geller. So he's busy with Yuri Geller.
Oh, looking for flying saucers. Did you ever think we'd end up climbing over mountains looking for flying saucers, he asked.
Yuri Geller and I follow each other on Twitter. Maybe he was trying to locate underground alien crafts and bases, and so they came up here. But it said, so then it said ARPANET computer stuff and was busy with Yuri Geller. What is ARPANET computer stuff? We got to look up ARPANET.
Case when a UFO has been reported shooting dart-like beams in all directions. Wow, that's common up here too. You know, I've heard that story from several
directions.
people.
The witness, none other than Ingo Swann. So earlier, do you remember I was saying in that book where Ingo Swann said these special forces units would take him up to a lake in the mountains to try and remote view with telepathy, pyramid shaped
to an underground facility to remote view mining operations at 2 sides of the moon.
On the moon? Yeah, on the moon, and then also he was supposedly went
alien mining operation.
What? Some 10 years later in the 80s, SRI had taken to the site far north, military watching. Triangular object emerged with intense beams while the team scattered. Ingo's contact broke his arms as he felt the ensuing confusion. Oh my God.
Look, this all is better now. Look, here's the Air Force's lab. These guys were definitely, everybody that was connected there, NASA in those patents.
Yes.
Air Force.
He considered the idea that it has to change space-time as matrix in order to effectively drive. He's been invited by NASA. And then yeah.
So Hal and I discussed various theories of propulsion sitting on the tailgate of the Chevy in front of the Old West Saloon. Hal mentioned that he'd reconstructed the experiments of T. Townsend Brown without success. He now thinks Brown's theories is wrong. Space-time matrix.
It says that they came up here. What does it say on the page before that? They came up here with Dr. Tim Ryan brought along a positioning device. And that's what we see in all the photos with him holding everything.
And those patents and where he was putting these things.
So I didn't expect this video to be like some Sherlock Holmes detective work digging through all of this. But man, suddenly this book is making a lot more sense and everything is adding up.
It's been a lot of detective actually work for the last 3 weeks since this.
It's looking more and more like whatever phased array thing is buried under the meadow was put there probably earlier by Howard Hughes, and they came up with positioning devices to look for it, or to look for the tunnel entrance, or to follow whatever Uri Geller and Ingo Swann told them to come up here and look for.
A remote view.
And they, yes, which what they were doing was at Stanford Research Institute, they were using that technology to try and find alien bases and mining operations on the moon. And the rumors are that here under Mount Wilson, the triangular overhead image that we have, the labels on the side that was linked to us says an alien mining operation underneath the mountain right out here, dude. So is the phased array something that was built and put down there to, because all the patents say that they're meant to do ground penetrating radar, like EMP stuff. So if there's people hiding under tunnels or anybody moving around underground or submarines under the ocean, it's like sonar.
In the middle of nowhere.
People hiding in the thick jungle. So if you put a system like this, like a sensor in the meadow,
Watch it.
it would be like a sonar system that would, anything that moved or came or went or started transmitting a signal, that would be like, maybe they used this type of technology to monitor it or something. Dude, this is getting weird. Weird. The book and everything in it, and with this and with the patents, is starting to add up, man.
I guess we have to reread it a few more times.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Odie, you want to go hike up to the shaman cave? Yeah? Tell Jeff to move it or lose it.
A little slow. Getting there.
Here we go. So now you turn around and this is the upper meadow where a lot of drone crashes occur and where we're going to do a lot more experimenting and research up here as we go on, because there's definitely voids and other things that we've got information on about underneath this meadow even that connects to everything, and we haven't even hardly touched on that. So there was a lot edited out of the History Channel episode that nobody ever got to see, and we're not even really allowed to talk about it.
Maybe it's saved for the next time.
That's what, yep, there's plans to come back up and revisit this whole area because it is interesting for sure.
Yeah, they got a lot of backtracking. They're gonna have to catch up with Carl the Crusher and his crew.
Yeah, they're like season 3. We're on season 3 and they're on episode 2. Yeah, it's all good. It's all part of it.
Yeah, it's all part of it.
So Jeff,
Yes, sir.
we don't have microphones anymore because the editing on that was a total nightmare. So we're just gonna do it old-fashioned way. Do you remember when Jerry the miner was standing in front of your house and he had chunks of this pink foamy rock in his hand and he was explaining what that was? And he said that this all came jetting up and frothing up out from volcanic jet.
Rhyolite, I believe is what he called that stuff, right? Was that the rhyolite?
Rhyolite? Could be.
That's the small rock I've smashed up in my front
I'll
yard.
go back and edit the clip in right
Okay.
here.
Yep.
Is this an indication of, what does this tell you about the earth,
Well,
or what could be there?
Okay, well, these crystal. See, it is crystal. This is probably garnet. I don't know for sure, but
Really?
see that crystalline material,
Yeah.
and that's where the crystals form in this volcanic type material. This volcanic material was kind of like foaming when it cooled.
Right.
It's a good way to explain it.
Yeah.
And then the water, the mineralized hot steam. When this rock is like a sponge when you look at it under a microscope.
Yeah.
And when this hot steam with mineralized water flowed through it, it found these voids, and it crystallized, and the crystals grew, and sometimes they grow into those octagonal shapes.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes, like garnets, they're a specific shape, but they grow in these voids.
Yeah.
Now, this is very similar to what I was poking around with yesterday, and that's what I was looking at.
Interesting. So you
And
could crack
so-
those open and maybe find garnets in there, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but this is very similar to this, what they call rhyolite material.
Okay, so now that we know what that rock is, even though Jeff and I right now, we can't remember, but you guys know watching this, there's all of this pink foamy looking rock here right next to a ton of this like deep earth geology and crystalline quartz stuff. And then there's piles of volcanic ash all over the ground. And then we walk up here and guess where we are? Right by the lava vent tubes we tried to dynamite on the History Channel, right?
Yeah. This was the other one.
It's so fascinating to come up here in the summertime and look at it with new eyes, you know?
How different.
It's way different. This whole hillside is all like volcanic ash and this like shattered material that looks like different forms of rock that looks like it's come up from deep in the earth. Quartz and crystalline stuff and everything. You turn the corner and walk up here and lo and behold, what do you see? We're back at this lava vent tube, right? There it is. This is what we dynamited. It looks like some kind of a attempt at a mine entrance more and more when you walk up here in the summertime. I just don't think that we blasted deep enough, honestly. I don't know. Yeah, this is blast site 1. Did you just find something new, Jeff?
No, I've known this piece was here, but it's an oldie.
What? Whoa.
Yeah, somebody older back in the day. That's an old one. Under the tree. There was an old little campsite.
Like some big whiskey jug or something. That's cool. It's heavy. It's too
Thick,
bad the
right?
bottom isn't more complete. That would
Yeah,
make a
there-
cool ashtray.
Oh,
You could
yeah.
still use it as an ashtray at the saloon. If we take
Line that baby up and clean it up.
put it in my backpack. Let's take it back.
Didn't we learn our lesson?
Do you want to leave it there?
Not really.
This is where we set
I
off
mean, it
like
made it through the
80,
explosions.
80 sticks of dynamite just last went in January.
Let's take it home.
Okay.
Let's take it home.
It's a cool ashtray on the saloon, right?
Yeah, let's remember.
As long as nobody gouges himself on it.
We'll have to. We'll smooth it up.
That's cool. Yeah, look at this. There's no water in here now.
Why don't you get down in there?
I'll give you $1 if you go stomp down.
Yeah. Look at that weird rock. It's all looks like it's full of biological material.
The veins.
Veins and stuff. I know there's definitely people in the comments that believe that the rocks are made of like body parts of giants and stuff from long ago. And things. I don't know.
Sometimes it looks like it, though. I mean, you cannot dispute it. If you're going to talk of tissue,
Hello, snake.
Back this way. It's like the dog was tracking.
Hello, ultra-terrestrials. Right. So far, so good. I just don't know with my footing right. Hey. It looks just like soft, like it could go back in if we dug it out.
whoa.
But, you know, I'm not exactly wearing a hard hat. Let's see. That's what it looks like now. So this whole rock fell off the face and down here. Now this is all just full. So if there was an entrance, this would all have to be dug out to get into it, you know?
Yep. I think I can get that scoop or two with that backhoe. And
I think
pull
you
that
could.
stuff right out.
But yeah, look at the weird geology here.
We're being very patient.
Yes. Well, we've discovered more intriguing entrances that we got to deal with now.
Yeah.
This is lava vent tube number 2, where we came up here that was full of sawdust. Again, notice all the gray like volcanic ash in here. But what we thought was a tunnel entrance just looks like a big pit now. So this is where we had the backhoe parked. We were digging out a set of blast off. So this one, even though there's like rocks and tailings and interesting things, that's the rock ridge right up there where we hid behind when the explosions went off. And here it is. This is what it looks like now. But you know, the tunnel entrance that we have up right by the ranch now is a lot more interesting. We made it. We actually overshot the stone circle and square down the hill. We came around to the right a different way, sort of looking for the bedpan that we can't find anymore. And we made it. Now we're back at the shaman cave. This time I brought some equipment. I brought a radiation sensor. I brought an EMF detector and a couple of different things and a thermal imager so we can scan around and see if we get any kinds of findings in the cave. Perfection, right? Yeah, we need to come back up here with gear and stay overnight.
Let's do it.
Do some experiments at night up here. Excellent.
Feel the temperature difference right here, huh?
This is beautiful.
There's your spot. You didn't take a beam up.
Yeah, man.
Nice work.
Okay, we're gonna catch our breath, and then I brought some equipment up here. We can do some tests.
All right.
This is my Geiger counter. So right now we are at a baseline of 5 CPM. That date at the top is obviously wrong. Or is it? What's the date today?
24th or 5th.
It's the 25th. It is the right date. Holy smokes. Okay, so we're at 18, 19. If it gets over 50, it's like really wet back in here. This is the corner of the cave here. It's going up to 40. 40 CPM, 41, 42, 43.
That's pretty hot for here.
47, 49, 51, 52, 55, 56, 57, 60, 62. Dude, 61. I'm gonna get my phone away from it. Make sure it's not my phone. Holding, going up still, 60. 65, 67, 69, 70, 69, 70. Dude, this is over. I mean, when you fly in an airplane, you get higher than this, just dosed from the atmosphere. But this is baselining at
For ground, yeah.
when Andrew Bustamante was here, they got like a 1.4 and he was freaking out. And up here in the cave, this is going up. This is
71.
Yeah, it's at 55 right now. And it's going up and then down. So now it went down to 48. Now it's 50. I mean, if it goes too much higher above 60, I say we get out of here.
What's the units?
CPM, I can't even remember what that stands for. I just remember what the dangerous level at is like when you go above 50. Down at the ground level, this is ticking up above 50. That's what I can get this to do down in the lower meadow though. Right in front of the settler's cabin, I can get it 56 up to 60.
Yeah.
Same.
That's pretty high for up here. I don't think I've ever had that high.
Well, I haven't brought my gear up here yet. This is the first time.
We've had them up here.
I mean, Brent did the infrasound and stuff, but that's different.
Yeah, this is just pure radiation.
That's going right up to 60.
Uranium idea.
66.
Wow.
64.
Microwave might be turned on today.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting radiation coming out of the ground here.
If you moved over there, it would be lower.
Yeah, it's possible. I swear I had my best experience here when Carl was filming one day, right in that corner.
I went and laid on top of it. It'd be lower. That's what you want.
Yeah, or microwave your brain and have a vision or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
who knows what's going on here? The question is this like some sort of an alien signal, or is this geological? Is it uranium? Is it technology underground? Is it natural radiation decay? This is steady at 60 CPM. It's like parts per million. It's going down to 48 and then it goes up to 60. 47. 45. Now it's going back
I
up.
wonder if it could be
51.
It's going with the water flow. And the
It's
water
like
flow.
going like a wave. It goes down to like 45 and then it starts ticking. It goes, shoots clear up. Now it just went up to 60.
And the water's carrying.
Now it's going back down. It's flowing.
Yeah.
It's
flowing.
radiate. It's like going up and then down from 48 to 60 like this, like
It's pulsing.
like a wave. Yeah. See, now it's at 40, 48, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55.
Now, is
Now
this
it goes
rock
back
just
down.
dislodging itself by itself, or have y'all actually beat the wall?
That's all natural, just falling off, yeah. Hi, Odie. Jeff's over here using the radiation. You tell me what you see. I see it going from 40 up to 60 and fluctuating like a wave.
Yeah, I'm not getting up near 60 over in this section. But over there, like you said, that was pretty good. That was.
This is the EMF 390. So this will check for electromagnetic waves and gravitational waves and radio signals and things, which are also types of radiation, but a different kind. And see now we're not getting anything on that one. So it's totally different type of energy. This would make me think that this is not a synthetic. It doesn't seem like an artificial radiation to me, Jeff, looking at this. Because the EMF detector is getting nothing, like it's totally
naturally occurring.
it's totally, it seems like naturally occurring or something unexplained. Yeah, one or the other, because I wouldn't say, this doesn't seem like it would be a technology. It's not giving off any radio or EMF. It's just that Geiger counter's going on.
You know, this yellow is really lighting up right here.
Think that fits with the uranium theory?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Uranium
yeah,
mines?
right on the
Go
on
try
that strip vein.
Come
right?
try this corner over here.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's weird. What we felt that day in here is like a wave coming out from the ground. Like
Everything is about pulse.
pulse energy, all the patents and the technology and all that stuff,
and
whatever it is.
And that's what makes it feel, whoa. And like you said, if down.
Like it's
it could
deep.
be different than we're thinking,
Right.
going this way versus going out.
If they
This
point
is
it-
going
if
into the earth.
Right. Dude, you're just standing there holding that and it's dripping up to 55 right in your hand. Look at that. At 57, 60, look at 58, 59, Jeff. Interesting.
Oh, there we go.
61. Do you see that spike? Just peeked up over 60. Dude. Maybe these guys warning us, telling us to take pills and wear suits and stuff are not they're not lying to us.
Being exposed to this on a daily basis. Like
Yeah.
You said.
I don't know.
You could need some cellular repair.
I don't know. Unless it's a good radiation, we don't understand.
Remember, just like arsenic, in small doses, it's good for you.
Yeah. What are you getting, like in the 50s?
It's 51 and 52, the whole.
So there is like natural radioactive decay, but usually that's in biological material, like when you've got dead rot and trees or old buildings and things. But this is just a pocket cave. It's kind of interesting that we're getting this high of a reading back in here. Like normally walking around, it should be at like a 1 or a 2, and maybe at the max go up to a 4. And you'll see it go up really high if you go under bad power lines and stuff. But it's interesting. It's going up to 60 and just in a cave.
Yeah. How thick is the top?
50 feet.
So what if
There's more
sources,
pocket caves too.
is flowing with water or
There
something?
could be voids underneath, and pockets and aquifer could be running underground right underneath
From
us.
above us, going
Yeah.
through the little
That's why
pores.
it's going up and down. It's
Could be,
flowing.
yeah. Piezoelectric radiation coming off somehow. I don't know. No. You just found that right there sticking out of the dirt? Look at that. That's a trigger.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Look at that. That's a trigger.
Ooh, and a trigger ring,
And the trigger ring or something,
or who knows
there's more
if they,
metal.
if they belong to.
Square
a
head now.
nail.
If they
Just
belong.
hold them in your hand so I can focus the camera there.
But
Yeah.
we don't know if it was fastened to that, right? Or do you?
Nope.
It's just up against it.
No.
I had the weirdest feeling. I almost said like 30 seconds ago, I have a feeling we're going to find something. And then I didn't say it. And then you find something.
Yeah, there it is. Boom.
Weird.
It was a keen eye.
So look at that.
That's a trigger
some
looking
kind
thing.
of, that is like a trigger mechanism. Something. We're just hiking down from the shaman cave and just sees this. Ow! Get off me, bug.
There's another nail.
This feels like a weird road, doesn't it? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look to your right. Look behind you, and then look downhill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a road.
Is this a cart path?
Let's keep looking. That was a few pieces of
Somebody's
metal right
cart
there. in
fell
that
apart
whole
right here,
collection.
I guess.
Yeah. Look at all these nails. Something here. Somebody wiped out or something. Lost all their shit in the dirt.
That cool piece of rock right there.
Or the guys.
Yeah. Look
Dropped my
at
nail.
Yeah. Square head nails too.
what else is here.
It's not fair.
I know. You finding any more?
No.
Got some nails and some
There's
other.
3 nails, 3 square nails.
Oh, the 2 others.
Those in the back.
Throw them in the satchel unless you have a liking for them and you'd like some souvenirs from the Mount Wilson Ranch. Carl exclusive super tour.
Yeah, look at those square heads.
Fresh finds.
Square nails, those are
They don't
cool.
look like they've ever been.
They
That's
just look
what I was
brand
thinking
new,
too.
not even
Yep.
used.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought. Well,
Somebody-
how about that little, that circular,
That
metal
ring.
piece? Yeah.
Come and look at this, Jeff. What do you see? Looks like a wall almost, and then follow the wall and go up there. Look what you find. There's a coffee can. So this looks like hand placed, like a wall, right downhill from where we just found all this junk. The nails and stuff, and then you come up here and look. Coffee can.
Somebody was here.
Somebody was here, man. Yeah, I know. Right in this area, almost like there was.
It's kind of flat.
Yeah. Look at all this different kind of rock.
Right above the mining site.
Right above the mine, yeah.
Shard.
It's hard to tell. This might be natural, but these rocks are weird. Maybe what Jacques Vallée and Bigelow were using as the real version of Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
CRTs inside them. They're like a rig.
Whoa!
They're like a rig.
I saw a light come out. What if they were trying to decode the signal